So today I woke up and logged into my YouTube dashboard and I discovered that I got my first ever copyright strike. Let's go. So I know that I'm being facetious. It's actually a really serious thing. We're going to talk about it today because you guys have asked me about it. Okay, I've had people notice that the video was gone. I've had people reach out to me. I've talked about it on Discord, but I just want to clear some things up here for you guys who are interested. Okay, so a copyright strike is a legal takedown of content on YouTube. Basically, a company goes through YouTube and says, hey, there's a video on your platform that violates our copyright and you must remove it. And YouTube legally has to remove it because they're claiming that they have copyright, intellectual property that's being shown that shouldn't be, and YouTube has to take it down. Okay, and if you get 3 of these in 90 days, your channel gets deleted. So it is very serious, and that is also why I'm posting this on my second channel that I created back in 2020, because I anticipated something like this happening. So if you're watching this and you're familiar with my main channel, subscribe to this channel. It's at one day might be the only way that you can find out what happens to Omniarch. Okay, jokes aside, the video that we're discussing, for full transparency, is a video where I discussed the possibility and speculated that we may get a legendary Boudica and Henry V in your favorite game. Okay, my favorite game. In that video, I did not show any proof of my claims. I did not show any images of my claims. I did not share any music, animations, sound effects, sources, nothing of that to support what I was saying. It was just me talking about the possibility based on what other people have said. Okay, that's what was in the video. That was the actual topic of the video. And in the YouTube dashboard, it tells you what content violates their copyright. And what was listed was Rise of Kingdoms. That was what I violated, was sharing Rise of Kingdoms gameplay. And that's legal, right? Because Lilith owns Rise of Kingdoms. They own the trademark. They own all of the assets of the game. They own everything regarding Rise of Kingdoms because they made it. And that's totally legal. But what this does objectively is set a new precedent that Lilith can and will take down videos they don't like. Because again, my video did not share anything, any proof of my claims. All I did was talk and speculate about something. And clearly it's a topic that they don't like, right? Lilith doesn't like that topic of speculating on what's to come. But objectively, there was no proof of anything in that video. So they didn't have any choice but to strike down the video for what they do have control over, which is the gameplay. So the new precedent that is set by Lilith by taking down the video is that if you post Rise of Kingdoms gameplay and Lilith doesn't like the video, they can and will remove it. And this is a really dangerous precedent for them to be setting because, anyone who's not sponsored, and this obviously this does apply to the sponsored creators, but they have to get their videos most likely approved by Lilith before they post them. That's typically, I've worked with many sponsors, that's how that works. So you have to send it to them first, they say green light, and then you post it. So the sponsored creators are probably safe from this as long as they don't go rogue and post whatever they want. But if you're not sponsored by Lilith, they can just delete your videos if they want to, right? And the reason, and just to be clear, like, this isn't Lilith specifically, any game company can take down any video that they want that features gameplay of their game. Call of Duty can take down any Call of Duty video they want if they don't like it. Nintendo can take down any video that shows Nintendo gameplay if they want, if they don't like it. And the reason that they don't do that is because of this dangerous precedent that it sets. It basically tells content creators that despite all of your time and effort and entertainment value that you bring, we still can delete your stuff if we don't like it. And what that does is it dissuades people from making content for that game. Years ago, Nintendo used to have a program that you had to register in order to post Nintendo content, and a majority of the ad revenue would go to Nintendo. And what that did was prevented a lot of people from making videos about Nintendo content, right? That was just the reality of it. If you look at the origins of gaming on YouTube, you would think it would be a lot more Nintendo content because Nintendo's a huge company, but it wasn't. It was like Call of Duty and Gears of War and Halo and those types of games. And the reason for that is because of copyright. Okay, so for a long time, Nintendo had a really bad reputation for how they handled content on social media platforms, and what that meant was there were less videos about their games. These days it's different, but that's just one example of why setting this precedent is really bad for your company, right? Because you just get less free marketing and less free publicity. And I want to be clear, right? Like the marketing value of my channel for Lilith and Rise of Kingdoms is tens of thousands of dollars. That is effectively, I mean, you can go in and just based on the number of impressions that I get their game, and I also have data for the number of clicks and downloads of their game because I've worked with BlueStacks for a long time. Okay, and it's also publicly available how much money Lilith pays per click on their Rise of Kingdoms ads. Okay, and it's an outrageous amount of money, so you can do the math. Okay, and I've done the math, and I know that the amount of value that I bring Lilith at no cost to them is worth tens of thousands of dollars. Okay, it's good for them, and it's good for me because there's ads on these videos, okay, on my main channel, so I make ad revenue off of it. It's a win-win, and that's why I'm okay with posting Rise of Kingdoms content even though I'm not sponsored by Lilith. But now this new precedent is really dangerous because, again, objectively they've set the precedent that they will take down videos they don't like, because nothing in that video, the only thing that separates that video from all the other Rise of Kingdoms videos on the website is my words, what I said, and I didn't have any proof of anything of what I said. It's just my words alone. Okay, and that really sucks, right? That really sucks. What that means is that if you're not a sponsored creator, you have to censor yourself. I mean, I know that like this sounds like so dramatic and it's so stupid that I'm even saying this, but like that is what they've told me is now true. You will have your video taken down if they don't like what you say. That's what happened. Right? That's what happened. So it really sucks for me and anyone who is not a sponsored creator who wants to make content for Rise of Kingdoms, because now we have to think about what we say. We have to censor what we talk about, okay, which sucks. And so what that means for the future of my channel, obviously I'm going to continue posting Rise of Kingdoms content because that's why you're here. Okay, that's what you guys want to see. I like the game, you like the game, and for some reason you guys like when I talk about the game, and I really appreciate that. And my number one priority is making content that you guys like to watch, and you guys like to watch Rise of Kingdoms, so I will continue posting Rise of Kingdoms content on my main channel, assuming that Lilith doesn't delete it, which they, by their own precedent that they've set, they can delete every single video I've posted about Rise of Kingdoms if they wanted to. So that's the new precedent. So welcome to this new world we live in. But anyway, also what that means is that moving forward in the next few months, or year or whatever, I will slowly be trying to diversify into other games, because I don't have a choice, because the game that I've posted mostly has now set a new precedent that they can delete any one of my videos, which is not worth it to me as someone who spends hours. I do everything on this channel. I don't have a team of people. Okay, it's just me. I film everything. I come up with all the ideas for my channel. I edit everything. I make all the thumbnails. I do the titles, descriptions. I translate all the content to different languages. I do everything myself. Okay, I deal with sponsors on my own. My roommate does help me a little bit with that, but for 98% of the channel is me. And all that time and effort that I'm investing, just to now find out that some topics may get my channel taken down. Like, it's not worth it for me, right? And also I don't want to, like, now I feel it feels like Lilith is targeting my channel specifically because there are other content creators, like Fleisch, Legend Roni, they've posted leak content about the new siege commanders, right? Torgny and Wafura. They've posted those videos, and those videos are still up. Okay, so what that means is that my channel was specifically targeted despite those content creators having a bigger audience than me, and also despite posting leaked content. So, and I'm not looking for you guys to feel bad for me, because objectively everything is legal. They can do whatever they want. It's their game, and I get that. But my point is that now that they've set that precedent, it basically forces me to try to diversify the content on my channel over the next couple of months, because it just doesn't make sense for me from a business perspective to continue to only post content for one game that has now proven that they will take down videos they don't like just because they don't like them. And again, if I posted proof of anything I said in that video, I would understand that for them it could cause damage to their intellectual property because I'm releasing information early. Totally get it, right? But I didn't do that. It was all speculation. So I'm forced to assume that the video was taken down based on words alone, and that makes me less excited to make content for a game that has that precedent. That's just the reality. So guys, this is my second channel. Again, subscribe to this channel and all my socials in the description below. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. Obviously there's no fancy editing here, so it's just for those of you who are interested in what happened. So that's what happened. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And again, subscribe to the second channel in case my main one gets deleted. And with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been Omniarch. I will talk to you guys again soon. Peace.